told us about part of a story about somebody in the Bible whose name is Joshua. I want to share with you guys another story about Joshua. Yes, Mike? That's okay, you're here. All right, this is the story about the battle of a place called Jericho. The Israelites had finally gotten to the land that God promised. They stood outside the tall walls of the city called Jericho. How tall do you think those walls were? Pretty tall, right? That'd be so tall people couldn't just like jump over them. Yeah. God told Joshua that it was time for them to take over the city. So Joshua told the Israelites about God's plan. Here's what we're going to do, said Joshua. He counted off 7 priests from the group. You will each play a shofar. That's a sheep's horn, ram's horn. Keep blowing it all the time, even if your lips get tired. What do you think the shofar sounded like? Something like that?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Like a
Next, Joshua looked at the soldiers in the group. Grab your weapons and walk in front of the priests. The rest of you walk behind the priests. Everyone needs to walk quietly. Any questions? Okay, let's go. The horns were loud. The people of Israel could hear them through the people of Jericho could hear them through the thick stone walls of the city. What was happening? The Israelites kept walking, left, right, with their marching feet around the city. The Israelites wondered how God's plan was going to work as they looked at the thick city walls. So God told them, you're going to take over the city just by blowing your horn and walking around the building.
No.
Does that sound like a good plan to take down a wall?
No.
It sounds a little weird, huh?
Yeah. Or you could just use arrows.
Yeah. The Israelites kept walking. They did this for 6 days, and the people of Jericho watched every day. On the 7th day, the Israelites got up at sunrise and walked around the city 7 times. After the 7th time, Joshua told the people to shout right after the priests blew their horns one last time. God's plan was for the walls to fall flat when the Israelites shouted. Do you guys think you can try to see how loud it would be if you all shouted? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I was the loudest.
Do you want to try one more time? You guys want to shout too? Ready? 1, 2, 3. That was louder. I think that could have knocked down a wall. The Israelites shouted so loud that the ground began to shake. The thick stone walls began to shake too, and soon they started to crumble. The wall came tumbling down, and the Israelites got what God promised. So one of the things that I really, just one second, buddy. One of the things that I really like about this story is that God is asking people to do something that sounds a little weird. It sounds maybe like it won't work. It sounds different than what they probably thought they were supposed to do. But they listened to God and did what God was asking of them, and God's promise came true, right?
Mommy,
Yeah.
So they were trying to take over a city?
Yes.
Like when soldiers were trying to take over Pentecost Bridge?
Yes. Can we all say, for any of you World War II buffs, he just mentioned Pegasus Bridge. That would be thank you to my husband. Should we all say a prayer together? Can you guys repeat after me?
Yes.
Dear God, thank you for always being with us and always keeping your promises. Help us to listen to what you want us to do, even when it seems strange. Amen. All right, you guys can head on back.